Guys, welcome to the Sunday morning meditation event. Today we're joined by Delna Mystery from Dubai. So she's going to be coaching us from Dubai, and she's a meditation coach. And yeah, first half of our event is going to be a little speech and talk, and then the second half we're going to be doing meditation. Yeah.
Thank you, Pravash, and thank you, Masha, for inviting me. It's so exciting to be here. My name is Delna. I'm originally from Bombay, and I've been living in Dubai for the last 16 years. I'm a certified meditation and well-being coach. And thanks to technology, I'm here today to share this lovely space with all you wonderful people in Canada. And I think we have some amazing people joining us from India as well. So big warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for showing up for this class early on a Sunday morning. I truly appreciate it. For me, it's Sunday evening, so I'm a bit more relaxed. I will be here with you for the next 40 minutes. I will be showing you some mindful breathing techniques that you can learn and practice at home, and that can help you with various things, just dealing with small moments of anxiety, or if you have trouble sleeping, just to introduce you to the beauty of breath work. And then I will be ending with a meditation. So it would be great if you have earphones or AirPods or something handy, and you can wear that, especially towards the end, because I'll be doing a little bit of sound meditation. So it just sounds a little better with your AirPods on. But if you don't, that's fine as well. And make sure you're in a cozy spot where you won't be disturbed by anybody else, so that you can really enjoy and get the benefits of the meditation. You can also find a spot to lie down if you want, but that's only for the second half. Please, no lying down before that. So I want to start by sharing a little bit about me and why I do what I do. Many, many years ago, I was faced with a situation where everything in my world was turned upside down. Whatever I would call normal was never to return. And for years and years, I was swirling in a circle of pain, grief, self-pity, and actually a whole lot more. So much so that I wasn't even able to notice, leave alone accept that there was the help and the love of families. I was totally out of alignment with myself. One fine day, I was dragged into a meditation and breathing class. And to my surprise, I instantly felt different. I instantly felt relief. I felt a connection. I felt like maybe I'm not alone, and maybe there's something more to life than, just this. And just the feeling of going within and connecting with myself was so intense and so meaningful. It was the greatest thing I had ever experienced in my life. I felt I was in tune with a presence far greater than anything else I had expected or ever known in my life. And I devoted my time to deepening my practice. And this changed my ability to respond to life, to respond to anything that life was bringing me. My energy shifted slowly and gradually from this terribly low vibration to a higher, beautiful frequency. And I was able to attract better things in life. I was able to see things better. Of course, I couldn't change my past and the pain, but I learned that this beautiful power lies within us. And when we connect with it through whatever we connect with it, with prayer, with meditation, with breath work, we are able to receive all that love that is there in the universe for us. So I decided not to turn my back on this beautiful hidden power that I found, and which can be accessed at any time by any of us, even when the whole world has gone awry. And pretty much like what's going on right now, collectively and individually, we have gone through so much pain, anxiety, stress, frustration, and uncertainty in the whole of last year. And while we can't really help what's going on in the world outside, we can just pray for all our countrymen, I mean, especially for India right now. While we can't change what's going on outside, what we can change is how we respond to the world outside. So, as cliched as it sounds, the only way of getting out of this is by going in. Oh, thank you for changing the slide. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. It's deeply personal to me, and it's what motivates me to do what I do because I believe in it so much. So, what going in really means? What does going in really mean? How does it really help? And how do you even do it? Going inwards is nothing but nurturing your connection with yourself, strengthening all that you have within so that you can show up stronger, sturdier. And we all do it naturally. We all have ways to connect with ourselves, some more than others. Some are doing it more than others, but we all have that ability. We do it through prayer, through meditation, through mindfulness practices, and by nurturing loving connections with ourselves and with the ones we love. So simply put, how deeply and effectively we are able to connect within ourselves, align ourselves, ground ourselves, directly affects our overall well-being and how we are able to respond to life in general. Pain and challenges are, part of the human experience. We can't escape that. But poorly managed emotions that get stuck within our system are dangerous, not just for our physical health, but also for our mental health. And, it begins with the little things like a bad mood, or loss of appetite, or excessive appetite, or poor sleeping patterns, negative feelings towards some people or some things. It starts with these little things which then snowballs into bigger things like hormonal balance, chronic stress, a weakened immune system, and down you go deeper and deeper into the rabbit's hole without even realizing it. That's what stress does. It catches you, it traps you, and you don't even know that you have it. You don't even know that you have unhealed pain. You don't even know that you have grief that you've not dealt with. So just by connecting within, we are able to at least identify and start the journey of healing and recovering. And when there's no other way out, I always say lean into yourself first, tap into your greatest power, your greatest tool, which is accessible to everybody and it's free of charge, and that is your breath. So may I have the next slide, please? Thanks. So you may think, what's the big fuss about breathing? Half the world has gone into breathing and breath work and transcendental meditation and all kinds of very complicated terminology. It's actually not complicated at all. It's as simple as you want it to be. So what's the fuss about breathing? We all do it naturally, you would think. And is there a right and wrong way? Well, actually there is a right and wrong way. And according to studies, 40% of us are doing it wrong. These are the chest breathers. Chest breathers are basically the ones who are breathing through the upper lobes of the lungs. Okay, so that's the shallow, short breath, which is so wrong for our system. The upper lobes is where our stress receptors are. Our fight or flight response comes from here. So, like when suddenly something comes hurling at you, how you take that short, shallow breath, that is called breathing from the upper lobe of your lungs. So that gives us the response to run or to attack. So imagine if we are breathing like this the whole day. Imagine what it's doing to our system by breathing like this. So obviously we're going to constantly be in a state of stress without even knowing it. And we're constantly going to be in a mood to attack or run, one of the two. This, by the way, is not just terrible for your mood and state of mind, but it can cause serious damage to your lungs, to your heart, and to your overall nervous system in the long run. So what we ideally want is to breathe through the lower lobes of our lungs. Those long, deep, delicious breaths that you take from the lower lobes of our lungs, which immediately relaxes us and preserves our lung and heart health. So that's that about shallow and deep breathing. I also wanted to share something interesting about, which I thought would be interesting to you, is about frequency of breathing. Recently, studies have shown that there's a particular frequency of breath which is ideal for our internal well-being. And that is 6 breaths per minute. 6 breaths per, you can try it later on after the session. Just time yourself. How can you achieve 6 breaths in 1 minute? It's actually not that easy. I mean, you can't breathe like that all day long, but that is the perfect frequency of breathing that is very good for our system. So 6 to 10 breaths is considered very good. 10 to 18 is considered normal, average. And anything above 18 is not at all good. It's terrible. It's dangerous for your system. So if you can time yourself and you can just take a look and see, you know, where you stand in this whole thing. And if you're breathing more breaths per minute, just consciously try to slow your breath down. It will, I know it sounds small, but it can make all the difference. So even just a few minutes of slowing down in a day can, you know, that those few minutes of breathing slowly, breathing mindfully, breathing from the lower lobes of your lungs goes a long, long way in preserving your heart health and your lung health. And now I'm going to show you how to breathe. Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do a small exercise with you, and I just want to see how many of us are breathing correctly. So if you're sitting, or if you're lying, I hope you're not lying down, but if you're sitting, just put your back straight and just relax your shoulders. If you want, you can even close your eyes and put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and you can close your eyes if you want. And just observe your breath. Just observe the stomach. What happens to your stomach when you inhale? Just observe. Just 1 or 2 breaths. Is your stomach going up? Is it going down? So now I'm going to ask you to open your eyes, put your hands down. And if your stomach is going up, expanding while you inhale, can you put a thumbs up for me on the chat? Or you can write on the chat or something. I just want to know who's okay. That's it? 2, 3, okay. Any more? 6, okay. How did 6 become 4? Okay, so good number of you. I mean, not that many, but I hope there are more who have not put their thumbs up. So whoever has put their thumbs up, congratulations. You doing it right. You are the right, correct breathers, and you should be very proud of yourself. And the ones who are who didn't put their hands up, that's fine also. It's fine. That's why I'm here today. So what happens is when you inhale, your belly should rise up. All this should not happen. You don't have to breathe like this. Your shoulders don't move at all. Your chest should not move at all. Your belly goes up when you inhale. And when you exhale, your belly goes in. You can just try this out right now as I'm speaking. It's if you're not used to it, you can practice this a few times. You know, if you're not getting sleep at night, just lie down on your bed and practice this breath and get used to the rhythm, because this is the foundation of most of the breathing exercises that you'll ever do. This is called yogic breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, or even belly breathing, it's called. And this is basically the correct way of breathing. Okay, can I have the next slide? Okay, so mind and breath, the connection. And this is where the fun really begins. It's a very interesting connection, the one between breath and body and mind. So some of us feel that our emotions determine our breathing patterns, meaning if we are upset, obviously our breathing is short. If we are relaxed, obviously our breathing is like long and peaceful. But this is actually the opposite. It is our breath, which is the true master, the Zen master. Our breath is the one that is in control. So think of the mind as a kite and the breath as the string that controls the kite. Let me explain. And this actually happened to me today. So this again is a very real example for me. Imagine you are driving. I don't know if this happens in Canada, but it definitely happens in Dubai. And it most definitely happens in India. You are peacefully driving your car, like everything is beautiful in the world, and something happens, somebody comes from somewhere, cuts you off, you bang into something, something happens, and you are just destroyed. Your peace of mind is just destroyed. You're definitely going to fret and fume and maybe even curse a little bit, get your heart rate up, get your BP up, get all your breathing out of whack. And believe me, this happened to me today. While the other person has just coolly driven off into oblivion as if nothing ever happened, and nothing happened to him anyway. But we are stuck with all this crazy stuff. And we've all gone through moments like this where someone has disrupted our moment of peace, our moment of balance. So in that very moment, instead of screaming, reacting, fuming, whatever is your natural response, why not we try a little game and bring our attention to our breath? Okay, so just slow it down for a few minutes. Once you do that, even 2-3 breaths, just take a deep breath in through your nostrils and just blow out through your mouth. I mean, you don't have to close your eyes if you're sitting in the car, but just do this a couple of times and you will feel in charge of the situation. You will have the power back with you because you have that choice to make the change of your mood with the help of your breath. So you have preserved your peace of mind and also resisted the urge to stress your body out. So every time something or somebody pisses you off, however big or small, you have a choice. We have a choice whether to react or to respond with awareness through our breath. So please choose well. I think I chose pretty well today. So if you do enough of this, and if you do this enough of times, as and when, just, make yourself, just remind yourself, like, oops, there I go again. Let me focus on my breath. Tell yourself that, remind yourself till it becomes muscle memory. And then it will become a habit and eventually it will become a part of your personality. And now you have the ability to bring yourself back to the moment of the present moment, to the moment of personal power. And who doesn't want that quality? It's not impossible. We can all have it. Okay, now, Fravash, may I have the next slide? I think we're running out of time, so I'm going to go a little faster. I'm going to show you some breathing exercises now that we've gone through how to breathe. If you remember, quick recap, breathe in through your nostrils. When you breathe in, your belly expands. When you breathe out, your belly contracts. Okay, now the beautiful thing about breath work is there are many techniques. I mean, I will not be able to do even 1/4 of those today, but I will show you some key ones today as it's on the screen. There are some breaths which you can use, some techniques that you can use to amp your energy up. If you're really feeling like lethargic and I don't want to get up, I don't want to do this, you can use this to amp yourself up. There are some which you can use to slow yourself down. And the last one that you see on the screen, left nostril breathing, is actually something very relevant that I want to share for these very challenging times for our immunity. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is the double inhale. So basically what we're going to do, and you can do this along with me. And if you have any questions, you can just raise your hands. I'll just open The chat.
Even
Okay.
put it in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Prabhash, will you alert me if somebody has a question, please?
Yeah. I'll have a look at the chat. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm just seeing some of the comments about the cars. Okay. I guess it happens everywhere. Okay, so now the double inhale is when you're feeling like really lethargic. You don't want to go about your day. You're just like dragging your feet. What you're going to do is you're going to sit always shoulders down, chin parallel to the floor, back straight. This way you're aligned to receiving the flow of breath. So always get yourself physically into the position. And then you will inhale twice through your nostrils, both your nostrils, and you will breathe out through your mouth. So we will inhale like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale over that inhale and then exhale. Okay, so I'll do it once. And you can also use your hands. So you do. Okay, so that's how you do the double inhale. You can try it with me. Inhale once. Inhale again. And exhale through your mouth. We can do this one more time. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. And now I'm going to show, this is the Brahmari breathing. Okay, this is the buzzing bee. This is to calm yourself down. This, by the way, is an excellent technique if you have a migraine, if you have anxiety, if you have kids who are not able to concentrate on their studies. It's really good for kids. It's really good for senior citizens. You can do it umpteen number of times in the day. You can do it lying down. You can do it sitting up. So what we're doing is we're going to take one. You have a choice whether you want to close your ears or not. That's up to you completely. If you want to, you take the pads of your thumb and just close your ears like this. Okay, there are other variations also where people, close their eyes and everything. But if you want to keep it simple, we'll just do it without the hands today. So we will take one deep inhale in, and when we exhale, we're going to make an sound like a buzzing bee. And I would love for you to try it with me. So you can feel, feel the experience. So take one regular breath in and out. You can close your eyes if you like. And you can breathe in through your nostrils and breathe out. So that's just one example. You can do it several times, 10 times, 5 times, whatever feels comfortable. With breath, it's best if you start with what feels comfortable to you. If you suddenly feel dizzy or tired or something, just stop and lie down. You'll be fine. Your body is getting used to it. The last breathing technique I'm going to show you is the left nostril breathing. This is really a beautiful technique to strengthen your immunity and to keep the alkaline balance in your body, which is so important in today's time, because when your body is in an alkaline balance, you have a better immune system and you can fight viruses better. So you can do this in a series of 10, around 3 times a day. Don't do it more than that, because then there'll be an imbalance. What happens is we have a left and we have a right side of our energies according to Kundalini Yoga. And this you all will remember very well, because the left side is called Ida, like a Parsi Ida. And the right side is called Pingala, Ida and Pingala. So we want to balance the energies out. So just 10 times, just 10 breaths 3 times a day is more than enough to bring the alkaline balance up. And then otherwise it'll go out of balance. So best to do it at these many times. Okay, so I'll show you how. Take your right hand and put your thumb on your nostril, obviously your right nostril, and put your fingers up like this. Like this will be like antennas going up to the sky. And then you can again close your eyes and just inhale through your left nostril and exhale through your left nostril. And once again, inhale and exhale. And you can keep going on and on for 10 counts. And please don't do this more than 3 times a day. You can start with 5. Like I said, be comfortable with your starting point. That's totally personal and up to you. This will really help. I've been sharing this a lot with a lot of people. And also, if you have problems sleeping at night, this is amazing. Does anyone have problems sleeping at night? Yes, okay. So you can do this before sleeping. And also there's one thing that you can do, you know, this point in your ears, it's called the yawn point. You know, this goes in when you do this, when you make this face, this part of your ears, the skin goes in. You massage these points. You just massage these points very gently. And you know, you will start yawning. I assure you, it works with me. And you can also gently take some oil, lavender oil, and just massage your ears. Just massage your ears. And it really relaxes you and it will give you an amazing night. So do try that out. And breathing mindfully it helps tremendously. It helps our heart rate. It helps regulate the heart rate, and it helps us in so many different ways. I'm going to be very quick now because I think I just have 15 minutes left. I'm going to go quickly into the meditation. You may lie down at this point of time. Just make sure you're in a straight line. Make sure you're on your back with your body straight. Your backbone should be straight, spine erect. And just try to follow what I'm saying. If by any chance you have a problem following what I'm saying, just come back to your breath. Just come back to your breath. And just allow yourself these 15 minutes to really feel this sense of relaxation. And just notice how your body feels right now. Just relax your shoulders. Your palms facing the sky. And just come back to your breath. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your belly gently. Notice, just notice, don't judge. Just notice the natural rhythm of your breathing. If your thoughts are wandering, just gently bring them back to your breath. Be kind to yourself. Thoughts are okay. It's okay to have thoughts. Let them come and then let them go. And allow your body to relax. Visualize, if you can, a beautiful ball of divine white light coming from the center of the universe, wherever that is. It's coming closer to you. And as it touches the top of your head, it slowly begins to melt into your body. And as it melts into your body, it relaxes every muscle, starting from the muscles on your forehead. Let the muscles on your forehead relax. Let your eyebrows relax. Let the space around your eyes relax. And just let your eyes sink into the socket. Let the muscles on your cheeks relax. Unclench your jaw. the muscles around your mouth, your throat. Just relax your shoulders. We carry all the weight of the world on our shoulders. Just allow the universe to share that burden. Surrender that burden. Relax both your arms and your hands right till your fingertips. And allow yourself to receive with those hands. Allow yourself to receive all beautiful things that the universe wants to give you. Relax your chest and your stomach, your upper back and your lower back. Relax both your legs down to your toes. And relax your whole body. From the soles of your feet, just visualize roots, like roots of a tree, going down to Mother Earth, down to the core of the earth, going all the way down and wrapping itself around the core of the earth and bringing back with it all the love and nurturing and strength and healing and oxygen and motherly love, all of it, bring it back as the roots circle around the core of the earth and come back, all the way back to your feet. And just visualize your connection with Mother Earth. Feel the connection. Feel the love coming to you. All the opportunities of love. All the opportunities to heal and to feel better and to live better. Just receive them. And bring your attention to your heart center. And bring your attention back to your breath. Bring your awareness to your body. And just feel how it feels to be so relaxed. Feel how your body feels now as compared to what you felt when you started. If you're lying down, you may wriggle your toes and your fingers. You may stretch your arms, stretch your legs. You may turn over to one side, to your right side. And gently, you may get into sitting position. Very, very gently, very, very slowly. Keeping your eyes closed. And you may rub your palms together and place them on top of your eyes. And whenever you feel ready, you may gently open your eyes. And that's all in today's session. Pravash, congratulate me, I finished on time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being present and for allowing me to do it.
That was a lovely session. Very nice meditation, and the breathing techniques were very good for us.
Thank you.
Thank you so